Hey everyone, Dr. Luke Peterson here, physical therapist with the Knee Replacement Therapist. In this episode of the Need to Know Show, we're going to discuss some simple strategies that you can use to decrease stiffness and tightness in your knee when you wake up first thing in the morning. So probably the main suggestion overall for decreasing that stiffness and tightness in the knee is to really just perform some simple movements, some simple exercises or range of motion exercises, really almost before you get out of bed, when you're laying in bed still, just some simple leg exercises that you can do to increase some blood flow, decrease some of that stiffness and tightness within the knee and within the legs in the morning first thing when you wake up. Another thing that you can include is just having some moist heat. So if you have some sort of heating device next to your bed that you can apply first thing when you wake up for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, that could be really beneficial as well. Or even just, first thing in the morning, hopping into a warm shower and letting the heat and the warmth from the water and the shower help to decrease some of that stiffness and loosen everything up. But let me show you some exercises. So, the first one I would recommend is just doing some ankle pumps. So ankle pumps, very simple, bringing your toes up toward your head and then down toward the ground. And just pumping them up and down. You don't have to do it for a ton of repetitions, but maybe 15 or 20 repetitions. And this is just going to start to get that blood flow, start some contractions of those muscles that have been laying there and not doing too much all night. So just doing some simple ankle pumps up and down, maybe 20 repetitions. The next one I like to do after that is quad sets. Now you can do all sorts of things to set yourself up to do a quad set, but the simplest thing you can do is just think about trying to straighten your knee. And also I like to tell people, think about like you're trying to lift your heel off of the bed, off of the mattress. And so I probably have a little more mobility, obviously, because I haven't gone through a knee replacement surgery, but you may be able to get a little bit of a lift, a little bit of increase. And just do these and hold for about 5 seconds or so, and then bring it back down. And then try to straighten the knee, squeezing those muscles of your thigh tight, hold for about 5 seconds, and then come down. And then try maybe 10 of these, so 10 repetitions, holding for 5 seconds each, trying to contract, squeeze the quadriceps of your thigh, trying to push the knee down into the mattress, and trying to lift that heel up a little bit if you can. From there, I like to progress to heel slides. So the one we just did, the quad sets, that's going to focus on extension. This one a little more of flexion. Now the easy thing to do is you don't have to start with a really big heel slide all the way up trying to touch your butt. You can start with just a very subtle motion. Keep it very small and then just kind of work up as you start to loosen up and feel more comfortable. And then once you get up, you'll be up here, being able to slide up and down, hopefully getting kind of up to your baseline mobility at whatever point you are post-op after your surgery. And I would same thing with this, try maybe 15, 20 repetitions. Feel free to do both sides if both legs are stiff. Again, you don't have to crank it to the end range, the absolute max, but just some gentle up and down leg slides. And you can go a little bit slower than I'm going to, if that's more tolerable. The next thing from there is, if you're able to do this, some people might have some range of motion limitations and it might be a little uncomfortable, but hugging your knee up to your chest like this, and you're actually we call this single knee to chest. So you can put your hands over the top of your knee, or I like to hug under the thigh, and you're just going to try to pull the knee as far as you can to your chest, and then come back down. Pull the knee in, and then come back down. Or you could go with your hand over like this, that might give a little more flexion, range of motion, and then come back down. Again, 10, 15 repetitions is pretty good. And then the last one for when you're laying down is hugging your knee up like this. So there's kind of a 90-degree bend in your hip. And then your leg, you're just going to try to straighten it up as much as you can and then slowly bring it back down. Straighten it up and back down. This one you'll feel a little bit of a stretch in your hamstrings as you do this. And you can also incorporate some ankle pumps at different points in the motion, and that's going to loosen things up even a little bit more. A little more intensive, might be a little intolerable at first, but gives you a really good stretch, really helps loosen things up. And so those are the couple of things I would do while laying in bed. You know, there's 4 or 5 different things. Pretty easy to do all of those relatively quickly, to do 10-15 repetitions of all of those. Start to get some blood flow, start to get some fluid, some muscle contraction throughout your legs and around the knee. And then of course when you sit up, you can also do just some knee extensions up and down. You can try to extend it forward. If you have the ability to, you can try to bring it backward, behind you or underneath you a little bit. And that's a good one to do as well, nice and slow and controlled with all of these motions. So those are the handful of exercises I usually recommend to people who, wake up first thing in the morning, have that stiffness, that tightness and discomfort in the knee. Just doing some gentle range of motion exercises, some gentle muscle contractions is really going to help to loosen things up and hopefully make you able to tolerate your morning a little better and feel a little bit more comfortable waking up first thing in the morning. I hope you found this video useful. Please leave your likes and comments below. I'll be sure to answer all the questions I see. Be sure to turn on the subscriptions and turn on notifications to catch all of our videos. If you're interested in watching anything and everything related to knee replacement surgery, recovery, rehab, preparation, the surgery itself, exercises, everything else in between. Thank you very much for watching.